Hello, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's Pick a Card reading. For this one, I'm going to do What is the Truth? That is what's coming through for this one. And I think it's going to go like either validating what you already think, showing you something you're not seeing, or maybe changing your mind altogether about what's actually happening around you. My first thought is there's some of you who are very intuitive. It may be clicking into something, but it might be like the angle of what you're viewing might be a little off. And I'm not sure exactly where that's going when we go into the actual choosing of the piles. I feel like that'll make more sense. But I feel like if you're drawn to this, there's something you need to help you focus on the situation, to improve it, or so you can see it a little more clearly, or maybe just have confidence that you are right in what you're thinking. Could be anything like that. We'll see as we go forward. I'm going to use these three decks. The Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland, the Romance Angels Oracle cards by During Virtue, and the Secret Language of Color cards by Ina Segal. Keep in mind, I am an intuitive reader, so I'm going to read them as I feel the information come through, as I feel it's pertaining to the situation. So just so you keep that in mind, in case you haven't watched me before, just give you a heads up. That's how I read. Some people like it, some people don't. Just giving you a heads up about it. All right. So, I already shuffled these, but I obviously haven't put them into piles yet. Let's see if we can get them on camera at the very least. Give it a shot anyway, right? Okay. So, no, yes, yeah. Okay, that's fine. We already shuffled these two. I want to kind of take this top off. I don't think I need to hold them all. Okay. I don't really want any over there. Okay, so we won't put any over there. I'll just argue with myself on camera. That's healthy. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to do them evenly. And I don't really have a reason for that other than I don't feel like I should. So we'll go with that. Now, this time, I made sure, I looked up some of the stones. So let's do them in this. We're going to do this one first, the clear quartz. The second one will be, this is Kyanite. The third one will be the rainbow Hematite. That must fall out of my head. The fourth one this is either Heliodor or Citrine. But I'm feeling like it'll make sense when we get to it, because I do have some information about that one. And the last one is green calcite, which may not look green to you on camera. It's kind of yellowish green, but just so you know. That one I'm sure of because, well, that's how they sold it to me. So I'm going to go with it. So, all right, let's go. The first one, clear quartz. Clear quartz is usually a magnifier. It's usually whatever energy you put into it, it magnifies it for you, helps you get more of what you're already putting into it. You know what I mean? If you want to match it to a color, if you're adding red to this, it intensifies your red. If you add blue to this, it intensifies your blue. That's usually how that goes. Is there anything else with this? I feel like this is a magnifier. This also seems to, I really feel like it has something to do with timing, putting things in perspective, putting things back in time, back on schedule. I don't think that's normal. I don't think you would find that if you looked that up. But I don't know. I'm getting a timing element here because, when they use this for watches, I know it has its own rhythm. It has a calculable rhythm that you can actually, create time with. So it's very much on time. It's very much in rhythm. That's making me feel like we're talking something about being in rhythm with something. Being in harmony. It feels like harmony, which I know is not normal for this, but I think I'm already going into the intuitive way. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't know, we're going with it. That's reversed. Why is that reversed? All right, so this is the truth, and I'm really pulling into the stone a lot. It does feel like it's about timing. I feel timing with this, and I feel like because I'm thinking of quartz watches, it's popping into my head. Things are really they're in a rhythm. Things are going in a rhythm, maybe like a cycle, like a rhythm. Rhythm feels more like it. Things are on time. Things are going on clockwork. And by clockwork, I'm getting you're calling in your intention, but I'm getting here you're not moving. In the situation, it's time to go. Move reversed, time to go right below it. They're saying you're stalling. You're stalling is what this. If you chose this one, I really feel like you're stalling. But they're saying it's time to move forward. It's definitely time to move forward. And it's time to get this going. They're like saying the clear quartz is here saying, get that energy. Here's your boost. Move this forward because it's time to move forward. You seem to be, if you don't know what the truth is, which I feel like if you chose this, you probably already do know you already knew what the truth is, already know it, but you have to go forward and just like prove it. And you're just at that precipice where you're like, I don't really want to open this letter, for example, because if I open this letter, that's going to prove I was right, and I don't want to be right. That's what I'm feeling with this. And when you get gray, it says, learn to scan your body. All right, so that's fine. If you watch the beginning, I am an intuitive reader. What I'm getting with this is like, I feel like you're seeing through the situation. I'm feeling like you're getting in depth to your own soul, and your intuition has been telling you something. I apologize for that reverberation, if you can hear it, because I can hear it. You're getting in tune with your own soul. Like, things are coming together, and I feel like about, like, it's kind of like you're looking at a picture and you see something is off, and something isn't right with this picture, and you're a little nervous to look too deeply, because you're like, if I really look at this picture, if I really look at what's happening, I'm going to see it for what it is. I'm getting you're stalling because you don't want what you already feel is true to actually be true. You want to believe that you're wrong, is what I'm getting. But the truth is coming forward to you because it's time for you to do something about it. It's causing more problem. It's causing you more pain, and I feel like it's causing somebody else more pain too. You might be just avoiding the truth because you just don't want it to be the truth. Like, something went wrong, somebody did something unfairly, unjustly, and you want to believe better, but your gut is telling you, if you look really close, you'll see the truth, and you'll see that what you're feeling has really happened. You just don't want it to be true. I'm getting, once you address the situation, you'll be able to release yourself from this angst. The situation needs to be called out for what it is. And I feel like once you do, you're literally going to release all that anxiety, all that stress. I'm feeling like you just really want this to be better than what it is. But you'll free yourself from it. I just feel like it's an ugly situation. So they're saying you have to go forward. Look at the picture closely. It's like I feel like you have this letter in your hand, and all you have to do is open it. You just are reluctant to do so because it's going to prove that you're right, and you don't want it. I feel like you don't want to be right, but it's time to move forward. They're saying I feel you stalling because you just don't want to be. They're saying here's your gusto. Here's me throwing this all over the place. It's time to come forward. It's time to just handle it. They're kind of giving you confidence, like, yeah, you're probably right. Open that letter, see the proof. That way you can move on from this, and you can just let it be. I feel like that's the whole message here with this one. Just go forward, and it's time. It's time to go forward. All right. That one was extremely simple, I'll give you that, but there we go. Let's go forward to the next one. Let's put these over here. What's our next one? The next one is the Kyanite. Kyanite is a stone about balance. It's relieving stress. I believe it's a natural pain reliever, it's known as. It's broadening your perspective. It's taking a bigger look at the situations. Just considering other options, things like that a little bit. But in a balancing type, okay, this is what's happening. This is that. Allowing yourself to consider things. No, they're saying this should be reversed. Okay. So, opportunity beckons. It's safe for you to love. New love. This is the written message. This is the intuitive message. And this is about broadening your perspective, relieving pain, bringing balance to the situation, and relieving the pain you may be feeling here. Where have you been is upside down, even though it's an intuitive message, I don't know if it comes across when you can read it on camera, but that's how I'm seeing it in your reading. Here's how it actually looks in case you want to see that with my chicken scratch. But it's upside down. I feel like you're not asking the question. The opportunity is coming forward for you to find the truth. I feel like they're saying for the balance and release of the pain in this situation to come forward with the Kyanite, the opportunity has come forward. Something's going on here. You just need to ask the other person what's truly happening. I feel the answers are there because I feel like when you just open the door to the conversation, where have you been? What has been going on? Even if this person is even if this person's a flat out liar, they're gonna lie so poorly that it's gonna for example, they'll say, "Oh, well, I was at the mall with, so and so just, picking up clothes." Meanwhile, so and so was homesick with the flu that night, so that's not at all possible. So that's the type of lie you're going to be hearing. Or the other side of the coin is you're going to ask these questions and they're going to give you the flat out truth once you ask the question. So I hope this makes sense, because I feel like what they're saying is it says it's safe for you to love, it's safe for you to get those answers, you're going to get your answers. Even if this person is a pathological liar, I feel like spiritually you have that backup where it's going to be such a flat out lie, like it's going to be so obvious to you, even if they don't realize it's obvious to you, you'll see right through the lie and you'll get your truth from that. Or hopefully with a lot of you, you're going to get the truth about where they have been and what has been going on, so you can actually find, and you'll have backup, like you'll have emotional backup, but I seem to feel like you're going to have proof coming with this. When it says it's safe for you to love, other people feel like they're going to corroborate the story, or you're going to know where people were, even if it's like through Facebook detective work, in the sense of like, well, they took the picture here and I can see the time and the date where they were, so obviously they were or were not with you, that type of thing. I just feel like through a little bit of investigative work, you're going to have the proof. One way or another, you're going to have proof of what this person is telling you. Either they're a pathological liar and it's quite obvious, painfully obvious that they're lying, or you're going to believe what they say, but you're also going to have tangible proof, is what I'm getting, that they are telling you the truth. I feel like this is going to help you move forward. The new love is kind of like whatever happens here, something's going on with this person. There's an opportunity. There's a situation that just recently happened with the person you're questioning the truth, and when you ask about it, I feel like you'll get proof either way. Either they're a flat out liar or they're honestly telling you the truth. I don't feel like there's going to be a gray area, because the Kyanite as a balancing and pain relieving element is telling me this is releasing the situation, because you're not going to question it after this. You're going to know this is either the truth and what they're telling you and you can trust this person, or they're a flat out liar and you cannot. And you'll have proof either way. Just ask the question. Just let them do the talking. Put out the question, ask small questions, leave them holes to fill in. As they fill in those holes, you're going to be able to do your own research to find the proof. Either they're a flat out liar or they're honestly on the button with you. One of the two. Because going forward, if they're a flat out liar, I feel like you're going to make up your mind like, well, I don't need that. You're going to make a decision to go somewhere else. That's going to be your new love. Or they told you the truth and it's going to revitalize things for you, and you're going to be like, I can trust this person at this point. I feel strong. I can go forward with that. Are we good? Good. All right, I think that's what we got for the Kyanite. Whew. These aren't bad. I don't think these are bad readings, but I think because of the subject matter that was chosen, it feels intense to me. Like, when you ask, what is the truth, people want answers, and I think that's what I'm feeling here. All right, let's put the Kyanite over here. There we go. The next stone we're going to use, Rainbow Hematite. I find this one very intriguing. I find this very intriguing because it is a grounding stone, but it can be also seen as a stone where you try to control other people. This can be trying to control other people, trying to get control over somebody's thoughts, trying to influence somebody. So let's keep that in mind as we go forward with this one. And we're going to just pop these. No, yes. I want this kind of like this. All right, let's flip these over. No, yes, yes. Okay. Now what is this? It's straight up and down, and it says, "Why did you leave?" That's my little chicken scratch if you want to see that. Straight up and down here. Now, this hematite pulling in with this reading makes me feel like somebody is trying to control somebody else. So let's keep an eye out for that. Whatever way that's falling, I feel like you know where that's falling. I don't feel like guessing. I think you know where that's falling. So if that's you or the other person, just you know where this is going. I feel like you already know where that is. You deserve love, as this comes in, is upside down. So, when I'm seeing this upside down, it's not about... I don't feel like the love is here. That's my first thought, to be honest with you. It's not about who deserves what love. I just feel like maybe there's not... The love isn't there. I just feel like the love isn't there. One side or the other, or maybe both. There's just... The love isn't there is what I'm getting. You might love this person, but at this being reversed, I feel like that emotional attachment, maybe the other person may be faking that. This is a general read. If it's you faking that, you know that right off the bat. So if you're questioning or you're like, well, I don't think I'm faking the love, then you're not. So don't worry about it. But if you're like, if you don't want to believe the other person's faking it, I don't know, look a little deeper. Let's go a little farther and see if this actually hits or not. Because I'm getting somebody just doesn't seem to care. I just feel like someone doesn't care, and I'm getting left to the situation. The truth of the matter is I feel somebody told how they felt, but they may have tried to recant it. That's the problem. Because the question is, well, why did you leave then? Why did that happen? Why did you leave? Why did you leave me here to feel that way? Why did you say that, then walk out, and I was left here with my feelings? It could be that they didn't physically just leave and leave you dry, high and dry, but they said something and then walked away and just let you just sit with it. The question is why? Open up is like, I feel like there was a moment of truth here. The emotional attachment is not here, and that came forward. The question is, did they recant it? Because I feel like somebody's recanting something in order to control, for the reason of control. Sorry, I'm just realizing you're not seeing these. Sorry about that. So if they're recanting that, they want to keep control over the situation. That's the truth. I'm seeing you up here. You need to really observe closely. When I'm getting violet, this card actually says create a balance of life. And that's great. Create a balanced life. All right, that's fine. That could apply. I give you that. What I'm getting is that you're seeing this person's true nature come forward. If you just watch them, if you really just watch them, you can see where their emotions go. How do they treat people they truly care about? How do they act towards you? How do they act towards other people you're aware of that they really don't care for, but they feel like they need to be nice to for this reason or that reason? That's extremely telling right here. I'm getting the truth for this situation is the other person, or one of you at the very least, I mean, I know it's a general read, more than likely the other person, though, doesn't have an emotional connection here, the love isn't here. They told you the truth once, but I feel like they recanted it for the need for control. They did tell you the truth, though. And I feel like their actions told the truth at that very moment. I feel like they might have recanted it to keep control. But if you keep watching and you see how they treat you and other people, you see the truth. And I feel like the truth is there. I feel like you need to just value it for what the truth is. I feel like a few of you might be looking at this like you don't want to believe that that's the truth. You don't want to believe that they really don't have that emotional connection to you. But the sooner you come to the truth with that, the sooner you can handle this more properly and maybe move towards another situation where you are valued and honored and you need to be valued. If this person doesn't value you, so be it. You need to go towards somebody else who does, even if it's a work situation. And I find this very toxic in a work situation. If you're not valued in a work situation and somebody just takes you for granted or just tells you what they feel you want to hear so they can get what they want out of you, it's time for you to find a different way to change your position, maybe job, maybe where you work, maybe who you work with. But if somebody is just using you and they don't really care about how things affect you, You need to know that at the very least, especially if it's a work situation. Especially. So I feel like the truth is they don't really seem to have an emotional connection with you. Whatever happens to you, they don't seem to really get too worried about it. I don't want to say they don't care, but I know that's how it's coming through, that they don't care. I just feel like they don't really, not beyond anybody else off the street they would care about, if that makes sense. So they might not be a completely cold person, but they're not really invested about how things affect you, how choices affect you, how your life goes from this point on. It doesn't seem to affect them. So if you see that, then you can move yourself into a position or move yourself away from this person who doesn't care about your life and move towards something else where somebody actually does value your time and your energy, and you will value that back, so you can move into a more healthier position in life. Don't believe what they're selling you just so they can control you, or worse, don't believe what they're telling you just so you feel like you maybe have control of the situation, because I don't feel like that's really working here. Are we good? All right, I think we're done with that one. Let's go on to the next. I know these are intense, but geez. I feel like these are really these are very to the point, which I get that. I mean, like I said in that other one, you want to know the truth. I wasn't expecting it to be all sunshine and roses, but I'm feeling like it's very intense. I really am. All right, now this stone, it's either Citrine or Heliodor. For some reason, I keep thinking it's more Heliodor. Either way, I'm kind of feeling the yellow with the white, like solar plexus, like your true standing, what you really feel, and clearing out the junk, clearing out all the darkness, all the negativity, and just getting to the truth. Just bare bones. How do you feel about this? Coming to your God center, coming to your God or Goddess center. It's very balanced. I feel like it's just truly how you feel and what you think, and just getting rid of all the negativity and just getting to the base of how do you really feel? Feelings aside of other people's feelings, and you're not going at anybody, but just clearing out your own thoughts and how do I feel about this? I know what other people want, but what do I feel? Now, the cards we have coming in, this is at the end, or is it over here? No, it's going through the whole situation. All right, it's going through the whole situation. All right, so this is you're even starting with this is what I'm getting. Can we get another person to help? Can we get another person to help is my chicken scratch. So there's that. So solar plexus, I'm not surprised with that, but all right. What was that? All right, I'm going to keep reading. I don't know what that sound was about, but we'll keep going. Solar plexus, and can we get another person to help? I feel like... One moment, let me just pause this. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what that sound was, but it stopped, so let's keep going. So going into the calcite or Heliodor, either will, I feel like it's clearing your intent. It's about your will. And I'm noticing solar plexus, which I'm connecting this with the solar plexus feeling. Can we get another person to help? I feel like this is saying you need a third party to tell you, an objective person to really look at this situation. I feel like you're trying to clear out your own thoughts. It feels like the situation is a little rough. It does when I'm coming into it. It feels kind of rough. And I feel like you want to have a clear intent with it. You want to have clear thoughts about it. Certain things are truly aggravating you. You're aware of that. You're trying to move past it, but you're just so I'm sure I'm seeing this clearly, so my emotions aren't driving me forward. Better put, especially I'm going to say this because I'm a Pisces, your emotions aren't dragging you down the stairs. As a Pisces, if you're a water sign especially, I think you understand, or you have water connection like that. Sometimes your emotions can get a hold of you and drag you down the stairs and just kind of take you for a ride. And I feel like if you're like me anyway, and you're once in a while, you're I know I'm all amped up over this, I'm all heated about this, I'm trying to see this clearly, I'm trying to see the truth here, but I know I'm upset. I know this is really ticking me off, maybe, Or maybe you're very euphoric and you're just like, I don't know if I can trust this. Maybe I'm a little too happy. And I just want to be sure that this is truly as good as I think. You want a third party to step in. You want to like explain this to somebody else, and you want them to tell you what they're seeing because you want truth. You want the clarity. You want to know where you should be. Like you want to be confident that what's actually happening here is truly happening here. That it's not just your emotions pulling you forward, whether it be good or bad. You want to be sure that you're moving forward based on what's legitimately going on. And you just want somebody clearly, and I feel like this is almost advice, like have a third party, somebody you trust. Maybe somebody that you trust that you know doesn't see things the way you do. I have some people in my life that I love and love me that definitely, for example, they're not big on the whole psychic thing. But I can run things by them and they don't like belittle me, but they'll tell me how they're viewing it. I wouldn't say that they don't believe in the psychic thing. I just feel like they take it with a very strong grain of salt, which I think is a great thing. So it's like these people I'll run things by, like, how are you viewing this? Just so I can make sure like I'm not letting my emotions run the way and I can have that extra perspective. I can have that third party perspective without it being somebody who's just going to definitely sympathize with the way I already feel. I want somebody else to have like a contrary opinion or be able to give that contrary opinion, but I know they'll be honest with me. I know they'll have my best interests at heart, even though I don't expect them to completely agree with me, if that makes sense. Because what I'm getting here is you want to know the truth. You don't want to go forward with false pretenses, good or bad. And I'm getting you're very much trying to keep an open mind. I'm noticing this go down into the environment. So I feel like there's possibilities around you. And it's the other person or whoever you're dealing with that you're not sure if how you're feeling is really fact or fiction. And you're really questioning it. You just want to be sure. As you keep going forward, I feel like some of this is going to be colored a little different than you expect. I feel like when you pass this by someone else, they're going to point out things where they're like, well, I know you feel this way and that way, but from what you're telling me, I'm not seeing the proof of this or that, or I'm seeing actually proof of the contrary of this and that. And you're going to notice like the past life relationship, this is telling me this might be a past life connection. Whatever you're feeling for this person, you might have an emotional connection to a past life that's pulling in. So if you're having feelings, and for example, there's people who just right off the bat don't like other people, or they just fall in love with other people, or they feel they can trust people, or they're expecting this or that from that person. They're expecting to be betrayed by this person, or they just think that this person's always going to look out for them. There's a lot of different things that happen with this. But I feel like when this third party comes in, if you have that coming in, they're going to point out like what you're saying and how you're feeling. They're not seeing the proof for the way you're feeling. It's not devaluing. It's not invalidating, in my opinion, your feelings, but it may be letting you know maybe the feelings you have are not connected to this life, which then I feel like the next step you would have to go into is like, well, that's not happening here right now, but what does that mean going forward? Like, where do I want to go with this? If I'm naturally having this feeling for this person, but it's not matching what's going on in this situation, how do I want to handle it further? Because basically how you're feeling is not matching the situation is what I'm getting. So I'm just, this past life thing, I just want to be sure we're hitting on this correct. So I'm just going to let that kind of soak in for a second. Because I feel like you might be more connecting to something that's coming down the line more than what's happening right now. So whether it's good or bad, I feel like if you get third party involvement here, I feel like they're going to say, I understand how you're feeling, but I'm not seeing the physical proof for how you're feeling. What I'm getting with past life relationship is where this is going. Whatever it is now, your feelings are giving you a heads up where this is going. Realize this person has not done anything to promote this at the moment, but whatever you're feeling is coming down the track. And I'm feeling like my own life come in where I've had people I've met and I've had the instant feeling like, don't do this, don't get involved with this person, no. Yeah, then I talk myself into the corner of like, oh, you don't want to be, that person that doesn't give people a chance, and that's very close-minded of you, James. Come on now, give people a try. 6 months later, I'm pulling the knife out of my back. But I feel like myself looking at this in retrospect, when I've been into these situations where like my heart is giving me a feeling about somebody, and somebody in the third party, I'll be like, well, I understand you're feeling that way, but I don't see the physical proof of it coming forward. When I get these things coming forward now, when this currently happens to me, I do go forward with with very respectful of this person, giving them a chance, but I always keep it in the back of my head, like, protect yourself, don't leave yourself unprotected. So if this is something where you're having that inkling where this person's going to stab me in the back, or you feel like they are saying negative things about you and they're not, or you feel like they're they have bad intent towards you, but other people around you are saying, I don't see that, I don't think that's true. If I was you, I would be careful going forward. Still be cordial, but be guarded. I would say be guarded. If you're having that feeling, just be guarded. Keep yourself as open as possible, but always keep it in the back of your mind. I want to keep myself protected. That's how I go forward with these type of situations currently. It seems to work for me because then I don't give this person an opportunity. I wouldn't give this person an opportunity to where I wouldn't turn my back on them so they could stab me in it. How's that? I wouldn't give them that opportunity. I wouldn't trust them with privileged information. I wouldn't let them into my heart, and give them sensitive information that they could potentially use against me later. But I would still probably be nice to them. I would just have to be aware of my emotions and just be sure I didn't let them in too far. That's how I do it now. So I take it with a grain of salt. But they're saying that your feelings I feel like if you're having these feelings, the truth of this is it's not happening now. You're getting a heads up about what's coming down the line. All right, I feel like that one's good. All right, let's go to the next one, or the last one. Where did this stone come from? There we go. The last stone is the green calcite. Green calcite is new options and clarity, especially new options. So in other words, something you haven't seen, something you didn't consider, something that you didn't know was a possibility. All right, no. Well, there's going to be a point where it's equal. Okay, we'll see what that goes. Left, right. Why are we doing it like that? There's like a circle effect going on here already. I like the turquoise color. I don't know if I like these on their sides, but we'll see how that goes. Time to see. Oh, yeah. Time to see. Time to see. Now, all right, so Auburn is ground yourself. That's nice. That's great. Okay, but what I'm getting for this person and how it's explaining this person, it feels like this person is just going through their natural cycle of life. They're in their breaking it down phase. And when I feel them in their breaking it down phase, I feel like they're kind of disconnecting from you at this point. So whoever this person is, and you're wondering what's really happening with them, why are they pulling away from me? They're breaking things down. They're just kind of, I don't feel like they're destroying connections or burning bridges, but I feel like they're kind of like putting things on mute, taking a vacation from relationships, maybe some friendships, just emotional connections from people. I feel like this is somebody who might be just recharging and stepping away and coming into their own again, grounding themselves. Maybe that makes sense to me why it's the Auburn's coming in with grounding. It does feel like that, like they're just taking a time out, like they're recharging and disconnecting and going through their cycle of breaking things down. The codependency reversed on your side, I feel like you're getting like a detachment moment here. Like you're starting to wonder, like, are they upset with me? Why are they not wanting to be around me? Why aren't they communicating with me? Why is this happening right now? And clarity, these new options and clarity is like, it's not anything bad. They're not upset with you. I don't feel like there's any conflict here, and I feel like that may be why you're kind of wondering what is the truth here, because you're like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did. I don't know why this is happening right now. It's just they need this moment to reset. They're stepping away from people. They're taking a break from connections, emotional connections, just so they can break things down and build themselves up and ground things out, so they just can feel healthy again and be ready to connect with people honestly. Because I feel like some people, and this might be really the thing for this person, Some people need that moment where they find themselves just going along with the masses, or just wanting to agree with people, just wanting to get along and just going with what other people think. And they might catch themselves doing that and like, why am I over agreeing? Why am I agreeing with things I truly don't have the same opinion on? Why am I doing that? And they need this moment to step back so they can ground their own feelings and come back to their own true strength, so they can truthfully be with you or truthfully tell you how they feel. It's a good thing. I really do feel this is a good thing. This isn't anything against you. And I feel like, but that might be why you're coming to this. Like, are they upset with me? Did something happen? I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like they're coming to a point where they're just over agreeing, or they're going along with things they really don't want to. And they're questioning, why am I doing this? And they're stepping back and resetting their own system, grounding themselves out, I should say, so that they come back to their truth and they're standing where they want to stand and not just going along with something just to make somebody else happy. What comes next? And these are all on their side. They have religious factors on their side. It's on the side. Jade, it says take action. I feel like this is action in a healing way. Green is heart chakra. To me, green is regeneration. Green is healing. Time to see is on your side. Time to see, and it's on its side, like you seeing this person for who they are. Them coming forward and telling you really what they mean and what they feel and what they think. Why this is all on its side right here is because I feel like they've agreed to some things that they don't truly feel that way about. And they've stepped back and they've thought these things over. I feel like they need to come clean about some of these thoughts they've brought forward, or some of these things they've agreed with that they actually don't agree with. They may have given things lip service, like, yeah, I feel that way too, when they don't really. So I'm getting like the healing here, the moving forward, the religious factors for them is like them telling you truly how they feel. And the time to see is like, I feel like if you ask them, and you just start that going, like, how do you really feel? Like, what's really going on? Are you okay? Is there something that's bothering you? I feel like that would actually start the conversation. Is there something bothering you? I feel like they would bring this forward. Like, I don't know why I agreed to this, but we were talking about this conversation and I don't really feel that way. I don't know why I said that, but it's been bugging me that I did that, and I just wanted to clear the air about the truth about where I stand and what happened there. I feel like this can be a very strengthening moment. Whatever this relationship is, lover, friend, coworker, family member, whatever you got going on out there, I feel like you can get very close, a lot closer, a lot more honest with this person by bringing that conversation forward, just seeing where they truly stand. This will strengthen things for you and them. This will strengthen that bond. Because if this happens correctly, because you want the truth, is what I'm getting. You want to know what's going on, you want to know why, and you want the truth to come forward. You do this moment, you end up with turquoise and true love. Turquoise for me is a very calming, like when I'm getting turquoise, this seems to go, I know it's not indigo, I get that, but it's kind of pushing up towards the indigo feeling to me. Third eye, I know it's more throat chakra. You got me, it's true. And it says awakening your empathy. I feel like communication is better, but I feel like you're more in tune with each other. When I'm getting this turquoise feeling, and I am definitely an intuitive reader, I'm getting you're more in tune with each other. And you're more empathetic, but I feel like it's more like you understand, like, they're not always going to agree, and you want to promote that. You're like, I feel like you're catching on to, like, could be the nonverbal cues about, or it could even be the verbal cues if we're going to be fair, because it is blue here. But you're catching on to the cues when your partner or this person, your friend, your coworker, family member, whoever it is, they start going along a line and they're agreeing with something they truly don't believe in. You're recognizing those cues, whether they're talking to you or someone else. And if it's you, you can be like, well, are you sure you feel with that? Or you can bring forth a conversation to really get the truth out of them and help them feel more comfortable saying how they truly feel. If you see them talking to somebody else and you're seeing those cues, like they're going along with something and you really don't think they agree with it, later or in their appropriate time, you could say like, well, what's going on with that? Because I feel like you're agreeing with this person and I don't think that's true, and this is why. And like, if something's wrong, let me help you with it, or tell me why you're feeling this way. Let me help you. Could you care about this person? And you're like, you know what, if you don't feel that way, but you feel the need to agree with this person, even though you don't feel that way, talk it out with me. And maybe we can come to a spot where I can help you correct this, or at least help you figure out your own emotions so you don't have to hide how you really feel. That's the true love on your side. You're getting closer to this person. This is a very strong bond. I feel like this is what you want from this person. I'm getting for a few of you, this is like a parent-child relationship, because you want to know what they're really feeling, and you're getting the cues, and you're getting it come forward. It's not for all of you, but if that's going for you, this is extremely important. This is extremely bonding. This is tightening that bond, and it's helping you help them. But it doesn't have to be that type of relationship. I don't know why I'm hitting on that, but me and my 2 cents, I got to throw it out there. Is that it? All right, I think we got there. All right, well, thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.